Howdy, folks. I'm grinning greenish blue, gleefully giggling through great games.
I'm Amber.
And tee hee 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 hee, here's more Reddit. But not games. Let's just get started. Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Stopping My Teenage Son's Girlfriend from Kissing Him? I'm a 50-year-old and my son is 17, and he recently got into a car accident with a drunk driver. I'm very thankful that he is alive, but obviously his car is totaled. The drunk driver was driving a pickup and my son drives a small old convertible. Most likely the reason for the amount of damage, and he was fairly injured. For example, multiple breaks, lots of stitches, etc., and he is currently recovering. This all occurred last week on Saturday, the night of the accident. My wife, a 45-year-old, and daughter, a 14-year-old, got there, and I want to say an hour before his girlfriend. When the girlfriend came in, she ran to him in his hospital bed and started hugging him and kissing him, mainly lips, but other places on his face too. She stayed for most of the night, checking up on him and being supportive. And I was really happy that my son's girlfriend had such a good relationship. As we were driving home that night, my wife said that she was upset that I didn't say anything to my son's girlfriend. I asked her why I would have. She was being a good, supportive partner. My wife said that it felt weird seeing that, especially in front of his family. I said that he was going off to college regardless, and that she was being a really nice partner, and that night she showed us how much she truly cared for him. She rushed off of work to get there and was wearing her work clothes as she got there. My wife started getting angrier and said that she thought that it was gross and that I should have just asked her to leave sometime. I told her that I'm not telling my hospitalized son that I'm taking away something that clearly makes him happy. She told me that it was gross and that I needed to put a stop to it. I told her that she was worrying about the wrong thing and that anything that brought our son comfort was good. My brother had taken my daughter home before this. She didn't hear us arguing. She told me that I needed to step up and do my job, and I've kept thinking about it. And I've started to keep thinking about it and thinking that I'm in the wrong. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk. I mean, a few kisses to like her hospitalized boyfriend, I think is totally appropriate. It's not like they were full on making out in the hospital room in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Like I could understand wanting to put a pause on that, but her peppering his face with kisses because she's relieved to see that he's alive, like his mom should just be thankful that he has such a concerned girlfriend.
I'll be the wheel of judgment for a second here. No, you're not the jerk. What is wrong with your wife? I don't understand this.
I mean,
I really do not understand why she is so... I mean, the only thing I can figure is that it's like jealousy mixed with heartbreak, mixed with like being defensive over seeing her son in a vulnerable position, where she now has like this jealous, slant on seeing another woman with her son.
right. I mean, I do think that there's probably some amount of like he's growing up and she's not the only woman in his life anymore type of situation going on here.
So that's some job for a therapist and her to work through, right? OP didn't do anything wrong. She needs to go into therapy and work on these feelings of jealousy if that's what this is, right?
Right. Well, I also like how she expected OP to be a mind reader. Like she was another adult in that room. If she had a problem with it, she could have spoken to the girlfriend. I don't think that's the right thing to do, but her being like, OP, you should have read my mind and knew that I found this inappropriate and kicked her out of the hospital room because she had the audacity to give him a few kisses.
Well, I know. It's just absurd. I don't know what the mother is thinking here, but I think she just needs to go into therapy and work on some hard feelings. That's really what I think. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Just the Bean says, not the jerk. Your wife needs to accept that your son is growing up. A 5-year-old says that kissing is gross, not a 45-year-old with multiple children. What kind of argument is that? Besides, kissing is not inappropriate at 17 years old, and she was relieved to see him after a scary incident. It's not like they spend their free time making out in front of you. I could understand her a little bit more if this was like making out, like tongues down each other's throats type of thing where she's just like totally being inappropriate with the affection that she's showing.
Right, like there is like closed door type of affection that I could understand the mom not wanting to be party to.
Yeah.
But again, a few pecks on the face, it's like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, like there wasn't anything here that was inappropriate enough that someone should have said something, right? Now, if she was trying to do something more inappropriate for everyone, then yeah, you definitely say something and tell her that she needs to leave. And Amazing Roof 8525 says, exactly, your wife is being weird about it. The girlfriend was very happy that the son was alive. And Prestigious Snow 3309 says, jealousy. She is going to have to let it go. There may be other girlfriends, wife. I don't mean jealousy in a weird way. She will always be his mom. I thought that was going to be like a let it go thing, and so I started almost singing it.
Yeah, I could hear that.
I was like, oh, we're going to do the whole Disney sing-along thing. But no, it turned out not to be the case.
I feel like you're almost obligated to just start singing anytime you see the phrase let it go.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk? My husband will invite his family and friends over without telling me until that day. He then expects me to clean, run to the store, and prep and cook everything. I finally just decided to leave the house the last time that he told me because I only had 4 hours till their arrival. He canceled. The thing is that his family constantly is judging and talking about each other, so when he says it doesn't matter, they don't care, I know and he knows that he is full of it. Also, it's just not tidying the house. We are not regularly stocked in foods or drinks to have people over. When I got home, I asked what he was planning on having for dinner, and he responded, I don't know. I guess it's good that they aren't coming over anymore. Now he is sulking, saying that I am the problem because I can't just go with the flow. I have told him multiple times that I just need a couple of days' notice to get things in order, but he insists that I'm just being difficult, uptight, and uncooperative. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. And what is stopping him from doing all these hosting duties? It seems like if he wants to have some last-minute parties, maybe he could step up. Like, why is it OP's responsibility to clean the whole house, get all the food, plan a whole meal for everyone on 4 hours notice?
Yeah, it's completely unacceptable. OP has given him a timeline to tell her when people are coming over, and she will accommodate them.
And that's already very generous.
Yeah, I mean, 2 days is very generous as is. I mean, that's, a lot to put up with, but aside from that, she has given him a very reasonable compromise. Mm-hmm. It's not like she has said no, although I think that she would be entitled to say no. Mm-hmm. And he is just continuing to trample all over her, saying that she's being difficult. No, he is being difficult.
Yeah.
OP is not being difficult. He is the one who's being difficult. He is the one who is imposing on her, not respecting her time, not respecting the energy that she puts into it. And I think that OP should do this every single time he refuses to tell her ahead of time.
Well, exactly. And he also understands how judgy his family is, too, yeah. On top of that. Like, he needs to get his family in check. Mm-hmm. For one, tell them that they are not allowed over if they're going to be disrespectful. Yeah. And he needs to respect OP's timeline so that OP can have sufficient time to prep. And he should also have a hand in this process so he understands how involved it is. There's nothing stopping him from picking up a vacuum cleaner or, running to the store.
Yeah, exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Outrageous Ad 9635 says, not the jerk. The fact that he canceled instead of doing the prep work and hosting on his own proves that he knows how much work it involves with going with the flow. If he doesn't want to do it, then why should you? And Brief Horror says, I pray that this marriage doesn't find me. Don't we all? And Anador Osario says, greatest response ever. Love the idea of bad relationships stalking the living like zombies in a horror movie. And Sweeper1985 says, not the jerk. Ask him why he couldn't just, quote, go with the flow and do the work himself if it's so easy.
Yeah.
And Past Jump 7032 says, right? Like, seriously, dude. How is she the problem when she's told you multiple times to plan this nonsense out? Versus, let's just willy-nilly this and go with the flow. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Today I messed up by misunderstanding what a push present was. So my sister had just had her first baby, and I, a 24-year-old male, wanted to do something special. She mentioned her husband was giving her a push present, and I, having never heard the term, Googled it. I thought it was a quirky little gag gift for giving birth. Like something to push through the pain, some joke gift to make her laugh and lighten the mood. So I got her a glittery purple stress ball. The packaging said, squish me when life hurts, which I thought was hilarious. I show up to the hospital and I give her a little gift bag with a grin. She opens it, Silence. Her husband stares at me. Then my mom goes, "This is what you got for her? For all that work?" Turns out a push present is supposed to be something sentimental or valuable, like a necklace or a ring or something meaningful, not a $3 rubber orb. She laughed nervously, but now everyone in the family refers to me as Stress Ball Santa. Her real push present came later, a diamond pendant. All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's a silly story, and hopefully, like, I can understand the confusion and potential like hurt in the moment, but hopefully now that everything has gone well, everyone can kind of just laugh it off.
I also think that push presents generally are only from like
the
husbands,
yeah,
right?
The spouse is usually the purveyor of the push present.
So I think anything that OP gave them should have been acceptable.
Yes.
I'm not sure why I mean, this seems weird if they gave them a diamond pendant later. I'm not sure if they're saying that the husband gave them a diamond. I was
unclear of that as well.
If OP gave them a diamond pendant, then I think that was a little odd, right? But hopefully this was just OP giving the stress ball, because that's really all they needed to get from OP. And I think that is a cute gift anyways, right? I mean, who wouldn't want a stress ball when they're pregnant? Or maybe that might feel patronizing.
That's the thing. It's like, it depends on the person.
I mean, OP probably knows their sister's sense of humor a little bit. Hopefully she takes it in stride. Clearly not meant to be insulting or anything like that.
Yeah.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Folks, let's see what the Wheel of Judgment has to say on this one. Wheel of Judgment, turn. Tell us the judgment that OP's earned. Plot twist, you're the villain. The villain, OP. That push present deserves to vilify you forever.
Is the wheel the sister?
The wheel is the sister. And Dark and Sparkly says, a push present is something the husband/partner gives, not a brother. You got her a fun little gift. They're being ridiculous, getting upset with you over this. And Cash for Duranium says, yeah, this family sounds super pretentious. Everyone better lavish her with gifts for giving birth. Having a healthy baby and supportive family should be all anyone is looking for. Weird that they made this so material. And Pesky Esky says, when my sister came over to meet my new baby, she brought me pastries and did all the washing up for me. I had lost a lot of blood, so standing in front of a sink made me dizzy. 10 out of 10 push present. I like that push present.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiffington says, you didn't mess up. Push presents are ridiculous. Expecting a serious one from your sibling is even more so. And Section Square 9815 says, also, they're supposed to be from the husband. Like, there is zero expectation for a sibling to be getting push presents. Bringing anything is kind and thoughtful. Bringing a joke gag is peak sibling energy. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
What might you call buddy ferns?
Buddy ferns? I would call them fern friends.
Best fronds.
Best fronds. I almost said breast fronds, but that was not the right answer. Certainly not.
And today is National Best Friends Day. So, happy National Best Friends Day, Brian.
Yes, happy National Best Friends Day, Amber, and to all of our best friends who watch the channel. And I have licorice spice. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Special Sunday, folks. I hope your Sunday is off to a special start. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please, have it a little silly.
If your sibling gives you a silly present at an inopportune time, remember you can always return the energy later.
Exactly. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!